Today I'm going to show you how to make some meatballs that you can stash in your freezer. They're very quick, very delicious, and I'll show you how to do it next. The things you're going to need to make these delicious meatballs are 2 pounds of ground meat. I'll be using a pound of beef and a pound of sausage, but you could just do beef. 2 eggs. I'll be using minced onion. You could just use onion powder or cut up some onion. I don't really like the fresh onion in these meatballs, so that's why I'm going this route. Some Worcestershire sauce, Italian seasoning, pepper, minced garlic, some Parmesan cheese. I'll be using my magic seasoning salt today, but you could just use regular salt. And some plain breadcrumbs. If you have Italian breadcrumbs and you want to use those, go for it. Just leave out the Italian seasoning. So let's get started. I just added my 2 pounds of meat to my bowl, and now I'm just going to add my 2 eggs. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of breadcrumbs. If you don't make your own breadcrumbs, why not? They taste way better than the cardboard you get at the stores. And I'll leave a video of how I make my breadcrumbs in the iCard. Next, I'm going to add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. About a teaspoon or so of minced garlic. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And like I said, if you're using Italian breadcrumbs, just leave this out. About a tablespoon of dry minced onion. If you're using onion powder instead, just do a couple teaspoons. About a half a teaspoon of pepper. And a teaspoon of salt. And now you're just going to mix this all up until it's well combined, and I'm just going to use my paws. So now I'm just going to spray my cookie sheet with a little bit of Pam. And I'm going to roll these to about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Just to make it easier, I'm going to use my cookie scoop. So I got 1 tray filled up. I still have over half my meat left. And now I'm just going to come and give them a nice little roll. Just to make sure they're nice and even all the way around. So you just want to leave about 1 inch in between each meatball. So as you can see, I have plenty of room right here to add a few more. So I ended up getting 47 meatballs. I usually get between 45 and 50, so that's fine. So now I'm just going to throw this into a 400-degree preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until they're golden brown. Halfway through, I'm going to rotate my pans and then give them a shake just so they don't burn on one side. Alright guys, so here's my meatballs fresh out of the oven and they're sizzling hot. Now I'm going to take 1/2 of these from one pan and I'm going to save these for dinner tonight. We're going to have meatball subs and the rest I'm just going to freeze. Now you can freeze these before you bake them, but I want these to be nice and quick and convenient when I need them, so that's why I went ahead and baked them off. So I'm just going to let these cool down completely and I'll pop them in the freezer. After they're frozen, you could throw them in a Ziploc freezer bag and they'll last in your freezer for about 6 months to a year. But I'm going to vacuum seal these because I don't know when I'll use these next, and they'll last about 2 years if you vacuum seal them. Now this meatball recipe is very versatile. Like I said, we're going to have meatball subs tonight. So I'm just going to simmer them in some pasta sauce and throw it on a hoagie roll, probably with some provolone cheese. Another thing I like to make with this is a meatball orzo soup. Of course, spaghetti and meatballs, any sort of meatball bake. You could do Swedish meatballs over pasta. And one of our favorite appetizers to have around the holiday time is to throw these in your crock pot with some chili sauce and grape jelly and let them cook. Well, I hope you give this delicious recipe a try. Check out my links down below if you'd like to support this channel. And as always, thanks for watching, happy cooking, and I'll see you next time.